ist er vor allem auf der Nachwuchstour, auf der Development Tour unterwegs. Zum allerersten Mal bei einem European Tour Event mit dabei. Herzlich willkommen, Scott Dale. Und damit kommen wir zu einem Moment, auf den viele von euch sich gefreut haben. Dort unten steht einer der erfolgreichsten Spieler der letzten 20 Jahre. Die aktuelle Nummer 14 der Welt. Der 5-malige Weltmeister. Herzlich willkommen, Barney Raymond van Barneveld.
Well, I think it's safe to say this is the moment the bulk of the crowd inside the Glass Palace have waited for all day, certainly all evening as well. The return to the European Tour stage of the five-time world champion Raymond van Barneveld, for whom it's a very simple equation. He has to get to the final or win this tournament, otherwise he will not be playing in the European Championship. Plenty on the shoulders then of the Premier League regular, especially as he's up against a man who has never played on the European Tour before. Scott Dale, what an occasion for him, Paul.
Yeah, welcome to the European Tour, Scott. He just happened to get a five-time world champion and someone who has everything to do this weekend, otherwise it's no Euros for him. But it's great to see Barney back on the European stage, and if you had an afternoon ticket this afternoon and you didn't come tonight, you'll feel a little bit aggrieved, because he was supposed to play game number 8 this afternoon, but he's playing tonight in front of a bigger crowd indeed.
He is indeed. It might just play to the strengths.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Raymond thrown first. Game on!
Of Raymond van Barneveld, a man who has, of course, played in front of some of the biggest crowds of the lot. Ali Pali, semi-finalist earlier this year, and kicking things off with a maximum 180. Raymond van Barneveld, meaning business already.
Well, he's back all right. He's back with a bang.
45.
Barney back with a bang. It's got a good, nice ring to it, isn't it?
Played, of course, in front of that massive crowd in Rotterdam as well at the Hoy Arena in the Premier League early this year. Came 7th
57.
in the Premier League in 2016. The bulk of his prize money this year coming from those two tournaments. Beat Van Gerwen, of course, in the last 16 of the Worlds
99.
at the end of last December.
Well, that Rotterdam venue for the Premier League was so remarkable that you'd find that a lot of professional dart players would buy tickets just to be there for that. That's how amazing it was. And the fact that they're going back there again, oh boy, I can't wait to watch it.
41.
Van Barneveld in qualification
24.
just goes to show how ruthless he's feeling at the moment. He had to take out one of his students in qualifying, and Mike Zeidwijk.
Oh, Van Barneveld might just threaten to blow the speakers here with a 1-2-4 checkout. Absolutely brilliant. A 180 in there, a 140, a 1-2-4 checkout. Dale, at times there, was simply struggling for breath in that first leg.
85.
Yeah,
Was well adrift.
it's the old baptism of fire again, isn't it?
It certainly was.
And I'm not going to skirt over the fact, I just want to get this out of the way, that in qualifying, Van Barneveld played someone called Corrado Armani.
Stylish.
Very stylish indeed. And it was a very stylish performance from Van Barneveld by beating him 6-0.
140.
Yep. Like I say, coming through qualifying. Didn't come through qualifying, though, for the 10th and final European Tour event of this year. But it might not matter if he carries on like this. It's another maximum for Barney.
Well, if he keeps playing like this, his defeat to Janos Veksha last night is looking even better. And Scott Dale is living with the jump right now. Fair play, young man.
Thriving on the brilliance of Van Barneveld. Dale responding with a ton 80 of his own, and he's down to a finish of 96.
Well, young British dart players have no fear. Has he got double 18? He has. Tell you what, Barney, haven't got it all their own way. Scott Dale has come to play.
A 1-2-4 checkout for Barney, a 96 checkout for Dale. And this already promises to be an absolute cracker. It really does. The crowd are certainly playing their part as well. Barney, this is one throw of the dice as far as reaching Hasselt is concerned. Not played in any of this year's European Tour events. He did try to qualify for Venray and Munich earlier this year, but he skipped the rest. And his most recent appearance in Europe, in fact, was in Sindelfingen last year when he went down 6-2 to Joe Cullen in the last 16.
59.
Well, talking of qualifying, Scott Dale took out Darren Brown to qualify for this event. But however, Jamie Caven, beating Jamie Caven is not an easy thing to do. And he beat him 6-5. Next thing you know, Darren Brown 6-4, and he's on stage with Van Barneveld.
There is a real presence there about Barney. Just when he was warming up on the board, away to our left, behind the stage in the commentary area, you know, just has a real aura about him, doesn't he? As a great dart player, a five-time world champion, like I say. Just took control of the practice stage behind the scenes here. Might have been intimidated then, he might be a little bit more intimidated now. It's another neat and tidy checkout for Barney.
Yeah, you're right about Barney. When he's got that look in his eye, and when he is focused and hungry, there is no better dart player in the world to watch. Because the one thing that's never changed with it, he's changed his darts a bit over the years, but that throw, with the exception of probably the first year or two on TV, it's never changed.
And look at the averages now, 120 for Barney, 123.9 on the front nine as well.
123.
He has certainly warmed into this one. That said, though, you know, he's a man who is 46th on the Pro Tour Order of Merit, 14th on the Order of Merit, the world rankings, if you like. He'll have to watch his step. He needs something. He needs to get back into the big time, and he really could do with playing in the European Championship. This is vital for him.
It is, because when you're that far down on the Pro Tour Order of Merit, which is the stuff away from TV majors, and when you're 14th in the world, that's at the point where if you don't get your act together, things start disappearing. Scott Dale has got treble 18. He's got double 12 for 2-2.
86.
He's showing some metal, this young man.
He certainly has.
It's not all Barney.
But Barney might punish him here. Okay, double 9. Ooh, and that's the danger. So Dale, for all the talk of Barney, Dale is going to nick another leg off him here, maybe.
This kid has got something. He's got a bit of belief in himself. And there's a snarl, and I like that, because yes, the story's all about Barneveld, but this could be the start of something for Scott Dale. He's got his own story to write.
Yeah, for all the talk of Barney, five-time world champion, two-time a UK Open winner, a Grand Slam champion, the Premier League winner as recently as 2 years ago, and all of a sudden Dale's got another leg on the board here, so let's not write him off by any stretch here. Look at that. Again, very impressive string of numbers there too.
Yeah, what would the story be like? Let's just take ourselves out of the box. I mean, Scott Dale is averaging 100 on his European debut, which is incredible. Barney's on 118. Scott Dale beats Van Barneveld. What does that do to the season of Van Barneveld?
Yeah. Well, it unravels it. That's what it does.
It really does. Send it into freefall. And then all of a sudden, he's only got the World Championships and possibly the Grand Slam. I mean, that any game of darts around the world is world class from both guys.
And Dale down to 130 on the Barney throw hit. Barney needs something big here.
60.
All of a sudden there's a little bit of doubt creeping in.
30.
And Scott Dale has done this to Barneveld, no question asked. He's going to go for it.
97.
And he needed to as well, because Van Barneveld can steal this leg with a bit of magic on 160.
Wouldn't you just know it if Barney just pulled this out of the bag?
Game shot.
That will hurt Scott Dale.
6 legs, Scott.
He was in a really good position there, Dale, to break through. But Barney comes up with a 160, a real rabbit out of the hat, that one.
Get out of jail free, rabbit out of the hat, more superlatives, but that's what world champions do. They're able to do those shots more than your regular dart player.
And that's what I like about Dale. Okay, the disappointment there of seeing Barney take 160 out, but he bounces back straight away, takes out the 140, gets off to a flyer on his own throw as well in the 6th leg, just gets on with the business.
It's very symptomatic of new school players like Scott Dale. They expect people like Van Barneveld to hit that, so it's not a surprise. You just think, okay, you hit that shot, I'm going to move on. And it's almost like new players who are coming into the scene now are like 10-second Tom from the movie 50 First Dates. 10 seconds is all they think. Whatever happened 11 seconds ago, it's forgotten.
Yeah. Well, Scott Dale last year finished a fairly respectable 10th on the Challenge Tour Order of Merit. This year he's divided his time between the Challenge Tour and the Development Tour, so he's been putting in the hours, he's putting in the travelling as well, having failed to secure his PDC Tour card earlier this year. But he has taken the opportunity to top up the field in a few of the Players' Championship events as well. He made the last 16 at one of them in Coventry in May. So this is a very different position for him. But I like the look of this kid, I tell you, on this evidence so far. Beat Jamie Caven, as he said, in the first round of qualifying. Caven was seeded 6th in the qualifying campaign at the start of August. And Dale is down to a finish of 48 here to level things up at 3 apiece. He is going toe-to-toe with Raymond van Barneveld, and he is certainly in contention.
Well, I can guarantee you that Raymond van Barneveld knew nothing about this kid before this game started. But if he hits his double 10, he'll remember him for a long time.
38.
This is a game changer now. Van Barneveld hits this, gets a 2-leg gap, it's a different game. Treble 19, not 2 19s. It's got to go 12. Bullseye for that 2-leg gap.
56.
And he's off target with it, so Dale gets a chance this time at double 5. He's already missed 1 double to level it up. That's 2.
Game shot.
No problem with the 3rd attempt.
Scott Dale, 7th leg, Raymond to throw first.
Very early candidate here, or another candidate, I should say, for match of the tournament so far. The Keith Dolan match that started things off this evening was very entertaining fare, but this one's got a little bit of something extra, just that magic sparkle that we see so often on the European Tour, clearly in evidence here.
60.
Performance of the day for me has come from Mick McGowan so far. I really enjoyed the way he played today. Very clinical stuff later on in the game. Maybe missed a few doubles, but a really good performance. But as far as game of the day so far, this has got it. And by a mile. What we're going to find out about Scott Dale right now is what do you like in the second half of a really good tussle with a world-class player. And we did mention, yeah, he did beat Jamie Caven, didn't he? And it was 6-5. So he can play well
under pressure,
and in sudden death.
Not looking too far ahead, by the way. The winner of this will face Simon Whitlock in the second round tomorrow. Whitlock is seeded 14 here this weekend. Barney is a former European Tour champion as well, it has to be said. We talked about his roll of honour, the CV, the illustrious CV.
58.
Yeah, European Open champion at Dusseldorf.
Yeah, beat Dave Chisnell, 6-4 in the final there, 2012 that was. As I said, there, the bulk of his prize money this year, 70 grand for the semi-final appearance at Ali Pali, 45 grand for the Premier League. Made the semi-finals in a couple of the World Series events as well. Barney,
100.
down to 60. No need for Dale to panic too much, it's on the Barney throw, but he will have to come up with a break sooner or later.
He will. Not panicking at the moment. He'll want to leave a shot just in case Van Barneveld messes around on this 20 in tops. Tops it is for 4-3. 4-3 it is.
Seventh leg. Raymond Barneveld.
7th successive leg to go with a throw.
Well, he's been under pressure from the very start, and when he's starting, he's very useful, this kid.
95.
And I just want to address the fact that Van Barneveld has made a slight equipment change as well. For a good 2 to 3 years, he had a dart that was
85.
golden and black, and he was really solid with them. But what he's done over the last couple of months, when he was in Australia at Perth, Sydney, and now here,
41.
he's just testing different things. And this is almost 1998, 1999 Van Barneveld. A dart that he can land on top of another one,
60.
but he still has the ability to get it underneath. And I think that's the best Van Barneveld, because when he won the Grand Slam, that's exactly what he did.
96.
He had this kind of setup. But who are we to argue with a 5-time world champion, a Premier League champion, Grand Slam champion,
UK Open.
Oh, there's a couple of those.
135.
And I like him in grey. I've never seen him in a grey shirt before. It's definitely good for him.
43.
Dale just seems to have hit the buffers somewhat in this 8th leg. And Barneveld turning the screw here with a maximum killer blow. For Dale, a break here would be very, very timely indeed.
Well, Barney doesn't need asking twice. That was an enormous visit, because he got the darts right there, and he's accentuated it with that 180. Case in point with double 16. Doesn't want to give Dale a shot, and doesn't. Big leg. That 2-leg advantage. We finally get it. First break of the match. Now Scott Dale.
Game on.
Sorry, young man, but you've got to win all 3 legs now against a 5-time world champ in order to go to the next round and play Simon Whitlock.
Yeah,
that's pretty difficult.
There wasn't a great deal of pressure on Barney there, because Dale was waiting on 1-2-7, but he found the double that he needed anyway for a 5-3 lead. Throwing here first for a 6-3 victory. And kicking off with a ton 40. And
81.
Dale already adrift here. Barney can just kick on. Well, if Scott Dale does lose this, you can certainly take plenty from this experience. It sounds like a bit of a cliche that sometimes, and it sounds a bit patronising, but genuinely he can. He has certainly made a few thousand people watching here and all over the world sit up and take notice.
And as a young man, you know for a fact what he'll want. Whatever happens in this game, he'll want another crack on that stage. He'll be hungry from the qualifiers next season. He'll want to come back to Glaspalast. He'll want to go to Mulheim. He'll want to go to Venray, places like that.
96.
And on this evidence, he has got a game that troubles people, genuinely.
Yeah, it looks as though he's got time on his side as well. Anyway, Barney here, closing in.
69.
But still not there.
Not yet, but he will be back.
He will be back with Dale on 265. He's not been able to put Barney on the ropes at all in this particular leg. He has just lost his way over the last, 2.5 legs or so.
Yeah.
And
96.
Barney has plenty of room to manoeuvre here. A big security blanket in hand. Double 6. And that's somewhere inside. Double 3 then. And he split it as well. And Dale, just a shame that he's on a bogey number here, because he could have just pulled something out of the bag. But you never know. It might happen again. He just needs to keep going here. Post what he can and hope that Barney slips up once more.
Well, he's already missed double 6 and double 3, so if he does it again, he's got a shot at double 16. Double 3 it is. Still got another dart at it. He's got it this time, though. Barney has been given a game by this young man. And Scott Dale can be very, very proud of the fact that he has announced himself on the world darting stage. Barney, though, is back in the European Tour, and his European dream is still alive.
Certainly is. Little wonder, though, he was breathing a big sigh of relief and putting out the cheeks at the end of that one. Barneveld needs to reach the final of this tournament if he's to make it to the European Championship. It's a step in the right direction, but boy, oh boy, was he made to work hard for that. Simon Whitlock tomorrow for Barney. For Scott Dale, Well, I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot more of him in the future. Up next on stage, Andy Bolton. What a year he's had, by the way, on the European Tour. A recent long runner in Riesa as well. Up against another of the host nation qualifiers, Martin Schindler, on the way next.
Raymond, congratulations. That was a great performance.
It is nice to win a game, yeah. No, he played well. I thought after that, I think it was in the fourth leg, when I was leaving 36 after 9 darts, I thought I had him, but then he missed that 98, and I blew that 36, you know, to get 3-1 up, and then it became 2 each, 3 each. I'm thinking, wow, does it ever stop, you know? And I said to myself, just play your normal game, and hopefully I get chances anyway. And if you can hit the final double, it's always different, you know. Lucky for me, he was a lot of points behind.
Yeah, but the statistics are good as well. Average of 103, double percentage of 50%. That's quite good.
I'm pleased, you know. Yesterday it was tough to get into qualifiers. It was hot. We played all there where you get the drinks, you know, and it was so hot, and I couldn't breathe. So I was lucky to get through because I sponsored Mike Sidewijk, Jeffrey de Zwaan and Dick van Dijvenbode. I played Mike in the final, and he missed two darts to beat me. And suddenly you're in the top 32, you know. So that's how it goes. And you know, if you play your normal game, you play your A game, you can win anything, of course.
It's good to see you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. Raymond van Barneveld.